What's going on, everyone? It's Tay, aka Slay, and I've got a story time for you today. Now, the story is going to be quite scandalous. Y'all can thank my girl Sharita is random because she requested this in the comment section of my video from yesterday. And whew, it's gonna get deep. It's gonna get deep. You may need a drink after this, so go grab a snack, go grab a drink, go grab some liquor. You may make sure you're sitting down, okay? Um, I know some people might be like, why are you telling all your family business? First of all, this is my YouTube channel. Second of all, I don't have a relationship with my father anymore. Story for another time. And none of my family, I don't think, follow my YouTube channel. My sister-in-law might, but she already knows the story. And I really don't care if it's out on the internet, so whatever. Here we go. So, when I was 4 years old, one of my older cousins on my mom's side of the family came to stay with us. I don't know the circumstances surrounding it. I don't know why she was there, but she was. She was their senior year of high school. Now, I was excited because I idolized my older female cousins. I wanted to dress like them. I wanted to carry myself like them. They were so fly. They were always in the hottest fashions. And my cousins were dead ringers for salt and pepper. Like, they just had it all together. And I was so excited when this cousin came to live with us because I was like, oh, she's going to be my best friend. She's going to teach me how to do this and that, and this is going to be amazing. So I was excited. And then when I found out she was going to be sharing a room with me, I was like, oh, this is the best thing ever. You know how 4-year-olds get excited. So she comes to live with us. Everything's fine. Life goes on. So a few months down the road, I start noticing that my father is spending a lot of time in our bedroom. And I'm like, why is daddy always in the room talking to cousin? Like, 4-year-olds need what, like 10, 12 hours of sleep? I'm like, y'all got the TV on all hours, laughing all loud, talking with your outside voices. I'm trying to sleep. I didn't say anything. I'm 4. But I'm just like, what is going on? I'm a curious kid. So I don't consider myself a light sleeper. I think I was woken up for a reason this night because my eyes fly open and I see in the silhouette, in the doorway of our bedroom, I see the silhouette of my father. I see that silhouette move across the room and get into the bed with my cousin. Now, we're all adults here. As adults, we know what's happening. But I'm 4 years old. I'm lying there motionless, not breathing. I'm like holding my breath because I don't want my father to know that I'm awake. And whatever is going on is going on. When it's over, my father realizes that I'm awake. Comes over and talks to me as if I had a nightmare. I don't remember exactly what he said, but I remember he was like trying to soothe me. I don't know if he was trying to make sure that I didn't see what he thought I saw or what. I don't remember the conversation, but I know he was, I remember him asking me if I was okay or if I was having trouble sleeping, but I don't remember what I said or anything. Now, something you should know about your girl is that in her childhood, in her adolescence, and in her early adulthood, she had a big mouth. I did not know how to keep secrets. I've gotten in trouble for running my mouth. I've learned to keep a lid on it when I need to. But, everybody knew I had a big mouth back then. So the first thing I did with my little ass was run downstairs to my mom first thing in the morning. And I was like, Mommy, Daddy was in the bed with cousin. And she was like, Daddy was in the bed with cousin, huh? Like, yeah. I don't remember any repercussions. I don't remember plates or anything being thrown. I don't remember any loud outbursts. I don't remember anybody being kicked out of the house. I mean, my cousin did leave the house shortly after, but that was for unconnected reasons, and that's a story for another time. Anyway, uh, I don't remember any immediate aftermath. Just nothing happened to my recollection. It wasn't brought up in conversation again until I was 13 years old. Between 11 and 13. And I don't even remember why I brought it up. I brought it up, not my mom's, nothing. I think I remember asking her, like, why didn't you leave Dad after this happened? And she said, your father never did that. If he did that, he would have been a dead man, and all these other excuses. And I'm just like, but I seen it. I seen it. But he was in bed with cousin. But why, as a 4-year-old, what would I have to lie about? You know? Why would I lie about something like that? So I was hurt that she didn't believe me. And if it was ever brought up, there was nothing but denials. I never brought it up to my father, but my mom just either didn't want to talk about it or didn't believe it happened. And then when I was 16, family was going through some things, and I had started acting out. I'm about to expose all my business here. In order to gain attention from an ex, I brought a knife to school. Now, I had a reputation at school. Everybody loved me. The faculty loved me. My guidance counselor loved me. The principal loved me. The assistant principal. Everybody in the administrative office loved me. So they had a zero tolerance policy with weapons. And I had given a knife to my ex-boyfriend at the time. And I told him that if it was in my house, I was going to hurt myself. He was in junior ROTC, and they found the knife on him. His CO found it on him. And he was called to the office, and he tried everything to save my ass. He didn't want to tell them that it was my knife. But he eventually did, and I was suspended for 1 day because they were like, we do not believe Tay is going to hurt anybody. We're more concerned for her safety because this is what he told us. We're more concerned for her. And so the school suggested that I start therapy. Didn't go to therapy. Not through mine. I wanted to go to therapy. My parents just never took me to see anybody. But a letter was sent home from school, and my parents were called, and my parents were arguing about something, and my brother came home and was furious. And he was like, y'all are doing this in front of Tay, and Tay just got through with all this mental health shit. Why can't y'all act right? You know, my brother and I may not have always been close, but he's always tried to protect me. And I don't remember the conversation. It got real quiet after that. I was upstairs in my bathroom, and I think I was washing my face because I had been crying. And then I hear a loud crash coming from downstairs, and my brother shouting. He's like, you motherfucker, you fucking cheat on my mom's after all she's done for you. What I was told later, now this was when I was 16 years old, I was told later that my father had confessed to cheating on my mother. And my brother was so enraged that he put his fist through the dining room table. And that's what that loud crash was. And I was just like, well, when I grew up, and, well, let me back up. I had said from that moment on that if a man ever cheated on me, that I would leave. That there'd be no discussion. There would be no him begging for me to say. He'd be like, no, I'm out. And I remember having a conversation with my sister-in-law. She was like, well, it'd be different if you were married. And I'm just like, maybe, but I'm still out the door. It'd be harder for me to leave. But, you know, and as I've gotten older, I'm like, nope, I'm protecting myself because I know I'm going to have me some money. And as soon as a man decides to put a ring on, it's like, okay, the first thing we're going to do is going to get our lawyers and have them drop a prenup. And if you decide that you ever want to stick your penis in another vagina, I am going to exit this marriage and you are entitled to 0 of my coin. Do you hear me? That's going to be the most expensive lay that you ever have in your life. Okay, so make sure it's worth it. So when I was cheated on by my last partner, I didn't hesitate. I didn't try to rationalize, be like, oh, we've been together for, you know, some change, you know, maybe it's because we were long distance and if I had just been, no, I was like, nope, we're done. He has lost the right to all kinds of access to me. And there were some people who looked at me sideways. They're like, oh, cheating's not that big of a deal. I'm like, yes, hell it is. One of my favorite Greek myths is the myth of Cupid and Psyche. Not going to rehash it here, but basically, Psyche is the most beautiful woman in all of Greece. And she's so beautiful that people come from around the countryside to just stare at her and admire her beauty, but nobody wants to really love her. She wants to be in love. So her parents go and pray for the gods. And, you know, the goddess of love, Venus, is so upset because people are leaving her temples in ruin because they're so in love with this. They're so enamored by the beauty of this mortal woman. She asked her son, Cupid, to go, and I know it's a Greek myth and I'm using Roman names, but the Greek and Roman gods were the same guys, just different names, so don't clock me. But she goes to her son Cupid and is like, give this mortal girl Psyche this potion to make her fall in love with the ugliest beast she's ever seen, so that people will come back to worshiping me. And so Cupid goes, sees her, and falls instantly in love. And he sets it up with her parents. He says, set her upon this cliff. And what happens is he sends the wind to bring her down off the cliff. She has this beautiful, the most delicious food laid out in front of her. And the servants of this golden castle wait on her hand and foot, but she can't find her betrothed. And at the night, the betrothed comes to her in total darkness. He says, you can never see me. And she's just satisfied because he's the best lover she's ever had. And so her sisters become so jealous, even though they were married to wealthy kings, they became so jealous that they convince her to ask her husband if they can see her. And he's like, I don't want you to see them because I see terrible things in the future. They're going to try to deceive you. And she's like, please don't deprive me of this. And he gives in because he loves her. Her sisters convince her that he is some hideous beast, and that's why he won't allow her to see him. And she's like, okay, well, what can I do? And they're like, wait till he's fast asleep and then kill him. Take this knife and plunge it into his heart. So she waits till he's fast asleep, and she has an oil lamp, and she goes to plunge the knife in his chest. And when the light hits him, she sees the most beautiful man she's ever seen, and she recognizes him as the god of love. And she's like, the god of love is my husband. He's my beloved. Oh my God. And she's so taken by the beauty of this god in her bed that the oil from the lamp drips and burns his skin, wakes him, and he flees from her. And she's like, no, I love you. Come back. And he says, love cannot live where there is no trust. And I live my life by that. Once someone cheats on you, trust is broken. And like they say in my favorite Lady Gaga video, trust is like a mirror. You can fix it if it's broke, but you can still see the crack in that motherfucker's reflection. So you only get one shot with me. You cheat, you're done. You're out of here. And you would think that dealing with a father who's cheated on my mother, dealing with a man who cheated on me would make me better. And like I said in my video from yesterday, nope. I know too many women who are married to fantastic men who would never dream of cheating on them. So I know that there are fantastic men out there. And I've chosen not to let what happened make me bitter. And also, I said this in therapy. I was like, I feel like I broke a generational curse because my mother stayed with my father. She made excuses for my father. I even said, I think in my journal after it happened to me, was that I understand why my mom denied it for so long. Because my mom had suffered so much trauma in her life, the fact that this happened, I don't think her mind could properly process it. So she chose not to believe it because it was so painful. It was just pain on top of pain. And, sometimes it's a difficult thing to accept because when somebody cheats on you, you start wondering, it's like, well, could I have done something better? If I was thinner, if I was, more beautiful, if I was more attentive, if I had given him more sex, what could I have done? And it's not about you. Most times it's not about you. Because if there's a problem, somebody needs to speak up so that it can be fixed. You talk to your partner about it. You don't stick your penis in another vagina about it. It's so simple, So it is what it is. That was my father's dastardly deeds. Like I said, I don't have a relationship with my dad. Not because of that. Story time for another day. But yeah, those are my daddy's dastardly deeds. One of them. One of many. But that is going to be all for today. Did I blow your mind? Did I freak you out just a little bit? I mean, it is spooky season, and that's a scary ass story. Anyway, I'm going to leave you all for today. If you would like details on my makeup look, let me know. I can certainly serve those to you. I'm going to head out. Please enjoy the rest of your day, night, whenever you are watching this. I know there are a million videos you could have watched today. Some a little more pleasant, some a little more funny. But I humbly thank you for coming to Slay. Later.